What is up, you guys? So today I wanted to have a conversation. I've had this conversation before, but I'm going to add a couple more to the mix. And I've talked about key cases in the past. I wanted to talk about these four SLGs because I have since added the FENDI Nano to my SLG collection, and I have also added the Hermes Bastia. You guys know that I've had and loved my Chanel key case for a really long time, and then I purchased my husband the Louis Vuitton key case. So I've had my experience with all four of these. I know that this is not technically a key case, you guys, but if you did watch my what fits in my micro bag, you did see that I was using this as a key case. So because I have used all four, and I have not used this one, but my husband has, and I know what his experience is with this, I want to have a conversation about all four of these pieces and which one I suggest that you start off with. I don't believe in having a ton of SLGs, you guys, but I don't know what has happened. I've suddenly become like the SLG person, but I feel that all of these are so good that it prompted me to want to have a conversation about them. So let's get started. Let's start off with the Chanel. I love this piece. This was my first small leather good that I ever purchased, and I have to say that this purchase made me happy for, like, still it makes me happy. I love this key case. I want to say when I purchased it, it was about $500. One of the things that I love about this particular case is it has no glazing anywhere. This is all hand stitched, and I feel that for that reason I probably love it even more. I absolutely think that this is such a versatile item, and if you're ever thinking about, you know, what SLG you should start off with, I realized that at the time I had my daughter and I was only taking my keys and my phone, and so I bought a card case thinking, okay, so I'm gonna take my keys, a card case, and a phone. And at that point I needed a purse, right, if I was going to carry all three items, which is why I returned the Chanel card case and I purchased the Chanel key case, because there is a pocket in the back where you could put cards. And one of the things that I figured that I could do also is I could put cash in it. So I think I've had like up to 4 or 5 bills in here, and it goes underneath this flap, right? And so it's holding, it doesn't like fall, and I love that. So it's almost like a billfold as well. It is an incredible item, and I've mentioned in the past that I put coins over here. I don't typically carry coins, but on occasion if I have them, I'll put them here for like parking and stuff like that. But I just think that this is amazing. The other thing that I have really loved is, you know, I tend to have like scissors in here, and like I have a pen in here. So I've made this a very multifunctional item for myself, and I have to say that it almost feels like a Swiss Army knife. I think Flo in the City said that, and it has been. I absolutely love this. Now, something that happened to me, I was sure that this was going to be like my favorite SLG, and it is. I don't want to mislead you, but I didn't think that anything could ever rival this item, and I was wrong, because I purchased the Nano Baguette, and I genuinely think that this is an exceptional piece. I absolutely love this, to the point where I would seriously consider buying another one. I love this one, and I started using my keys in here, and I put my pen and my scissors, everything that I had in there I put in here, but I was also able to put like wet ones in here. And if you saw my square vanity video, this is how I would use a phone, like an Apple Watch. That fits in here also. So my keys fit in here, and everything that I have in my key case fits, and then some. And on top of that, you have this cute little chain strap that comes with it, and it has become like a favorite of mine, and I hate it. I actually hate how much I love these SLGs, you guys, because in all honesty, I just never thought that SLGs were that useful to begin with. In fact, to a certain degree, sometimes I feel like they force me into bigger bags, but this does not, right? Because everything that is absolutely essential fits in here, and I have been able to run out of the house with just this. This is also an insanely good bag when I go to the beach and I have like a beach bag. I throw this in there, and then if we're going to go have dinner after, like at the pier or something, then I'll just take this out. We put all of the beach stuff in the car, and I will walk to have dinner with just this item. And so it has been an incredibly surprising. I feel like when I bought it, I didn't buy it thinking that it was an SLG, and if I would have, I probably wouldn't have. I just thought that it was like a micro bag. But I don't think that my keys go in here with the same. I want to say that with the Chanel key case, my keys go in here cleaner. Like, it's just a much cleaner silhouette here. I do have to fuss a little bit with this, and I have to take my keys out of here and then put, like, position them a certain way. So this is still easier once everything is in there, and then to get everything in here, I do have to play a little bit of Tetris, but I don't mind that at all. It did really genuinely start to rival this piece, and for a long time I was just using this, and I came out of my Chanel key case. I have since gone back. If you watched the how I go into a micro bag, that this is something that I also said you can do with this key case, right? You can put that there and have more space there. I wouldn't do this with Fendi just because I feel like I don't like to mix brands that way, but just to demonstrate that if you want to go into a micro bag, this still also works by doing that to another micro bag to gain some space inside of the bag. Also can clip onto your belt loop. Like, there's just so many things that are good about this piece, and I just never thought that I would have something else that would rival my Chanel key case ever. I never thought that they would be in competition. I never thought that I would want to go from one key case to another. That's just not something that I enjoy doing, but if I want to use this, I'm totally willing to do it, and I end up kind of enjoying it because I get to use it. So it was something that I was using on repeat during the pandemic. I would just run out with this, and I had my keys all in here, and I genuinely really loved it. It's also the bag that when we were coming out of the now going back to school and stuff like that, that I would just kind of take as well. This is definitely something to consider. I don't actually know how much these are now. I know that a friend of mine was looking for it, and they're not necessarily producing them as much. So if you have your heart set on this one, don't discount this one. This one is so good, and I promise you, you're gonna fall in love with it because it is so good. So definitely one to consider in lieu of this one. They are very, very compatible in their functionality. I just absolutely love them both. Now, the Louis Vuitton one I know is the one that I think most people have. I bought this for my husband, and this kind of ended up being kind of disappointing, to be honest, because my husband is very rough with his items, and so I thought, you know what, why not buy him something luxury that will stand the test of time, that will handle, you know, his heavy-handedness. And the glazing on this piece completely, I mean, it looked like he had like chewed on it. It looked so bad. Now, because it was under the year, I I got this repaired. They were trying to charge me like $140, but I shut that down real quick. And they did, you know, do it for free and stuff, but he hasn't gone back to it, you guys. And I don't know, it has gone unused, and I'm seeing that maybe there is somewhere here, even though it's just kind of been sitting. And it's like stiff. I don't know if he's going to use it. There's a part of me that wants to give this to my son because I think maybe he'll be less of a gorilla with it. I don't know. But this is probably my least favorite out of all of the key cases. And I think that you could get something a lot more. This is obviously I was going to say this is the most affordable one of everything, but that's actually not accurate, which again would put this at the bottom of my list. What I will say is this thing is amazing. I have wanted a Bastia for years and years, but because of I don't want to just have a ton of SLGs, you know, commentary that I always make. I just did not allow myself to purchase it. And I would always look at them. I would always see what colors they had. I would always, you know, be like, God, I wish I had one. And I never pulled the trigger. Now, cut to a few months ago, when I purchased this, immediately I knew that I was going to purchase this because this is the perfect size for this piece. Granted, there was a part of me that realized later that I really didn't necessarily need it, but I kind of went back and thought, you know what, I really do need it, because even in a micro bag, things can get lost. Things like bobby pins can get lost, change can get lost, hair ties can get lost, like my little pen could get lost, and everything like my keys and stuff I put in here. I ended up using this kind of like a key case, kind of like my FENDI Nano, and I have to say I love this as a key case, which I never even occurred to me that I would be using it as such. But I took my keys out of my Chanel key case, I put them in here, and I put my car key in here. I still had room for cash. If you guys didn't watch that video, definitely go check it out. I put a ton of things in the Bastia and it overperformed. I was floored. I believe this is goat skin, and so it's more pliable than like Epsom leather and stuff. I ordered this online. I really loved the color, and this costs less than all of them. And hindsight being 2020, I definitely think that this is a purchase worth making if you want a key case and you don't want to wait, you know, around to locate one by Chanel, or you know, the Fendi Nano Baguette is actually really pricey, and this only costs $220, $240, something along those lines. So it's very affordable, and it is remarkable. And for me, someone who loves micro bags, mini bags, it's so clean. It's such a clean little piece. I was not expecting loving this as much as I do. In all honesty, I'm floored with this piece. I still can't believe it. Definitely go check out my mini bag or my micro bag, how I fit everything in there, if you want to see everything that I fit in here, because this is an amazing item. It's so simple. Sometimes, you know, just these little logos get us, you know what I mean? I know it does for me, but this has nothing, and I have to say that that's what makes it so good. I actually really love the color. I feel like it grounds all of my SLGs because I have a red card case, and I just love the color of this one. I believe this is in Quebracho. I really love the color of this one. I really love its simplicity. It is not fussy at all, and it really does stretch a lot. And it kind of went back to normal. I tend to really overdo it with my SLGs because that's the one area that I'm not babying my small leather goods, you guys. I refuse to. So they are always stuffed. I always put a lot of things in them, and I'll do it for you guys if you guys don't want to do it, and prove to you guys that they are still well, like after. And I was using it that way for a good 3 weeks, like consistently, because I love that little bag. I'm obsessed with it. And this one works in every single one of my bags as well. I love this one. I love that I have it. I really, really do. But if you guys are wanting one of these, really consider one of these, you guys. It's so good. It's so good. I swear it's so good. And clean, like I said. And that was like my favorite thing about it. I never had to like necessarily take it out of my bag. I could just open it from the inside of my bag and pull out my keys, and it was so super easy. I would also carry cash in here, coins, a pen, scissors, a lot of things in here. So this is the surprise, you know, one out of all of them that I would have never even put it in this category ever, but I did want to alert you guys to it because it is an excellent piece that you guys should 100% consider. That is my spiel for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the Bastia. Do you use your Bastia as a key case? Let me know in the comment section down below, or let me know if you're going to give it a try. I think you're going to be very surprised. But that is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will chat with you guys later.